Promise me, okay? We're gonna cut through this. Mrs. Lovely, say a prayer.
I've been praying.
Okay, good deal. We could learn a lot from ants, you know that? Working together as a community, building stuff, getting a lot done in a short amount of time. I could use some ant buddies right now to help me with all the stuff that's got to get done. So today is going to be a day of cleanup, cutting, trimming, all kinds of stuff. In fact, tomorrow is going to be a day of cutting this field with the big 15-foot batwing rhino and the K-Sites 75C. We're going to be pulling around, cutting about 18 acres or so. But there's a whole lot to do with the bad boy down front, along with some other equipment. So today we're going to be showing you the before, and I'm going to show you the after on a lot of stuff that has to get done every time we come up here at the lovely place and try to get to work. However, it won't be long. I just purchased some insulation. We're going to be insulating this pole barn and creating the front as a tiny house, along with doing a lot of other cool stuff in there. But yeah, this is the before. Here we've got the leaves starting to pop out and fall every once in a while. We've got a bunch of weeds and growth, but we got a lot of good stuff out front to do. I've let that go and it's really grown up. But as I said before, we can learn a lot from ants. I want you to see what these little guys have been doing together as a community. Just since we've been up here last, this has grown, no doubt about it. There may have been a little here the other day, I just don't recall. But this makes me think about what a lot of people are dealing with over in western North Carolina and northeast Tennessee, along with Florida and Georgia, and I'm sure some other sporadic places around. After the hurricane came through, there's a lot of people in dire need. And if you are anywhere close to those vicinities and you have the resources or the capability or the time, or you can make the time, and if nothing else, you can get on your knees and you can say a prayer for these people. They need all the help they can get. So I, right here with you, come to you in agreement that we are going to ask God right now to intervene in each and every individual life and to provide them with benefit, to provide them with health, with safety, with nourishment, resources that they need to make it through this. And I ask God that all the power be restored just as soon as possible, and to be with those people who are doing all this work, because this is hard work and there's a lot of danger involved in doing this. And my heart and prayers go out to the families of those who lost loved ones. There was a lot of people who lost family and people that they care about. And so I'm sorry that this happened to you folks, and my heart goes out to you. So on that note, we're going to get to work. And before I could even get this concrete blown off, the rain started coming down. It was not supposed to rain today. I dropped the bad boy zero turn way down toward the front of the property off the trailer. Trailer's over there when I first came in, just a little earlier, so that I could go down there with my side-by-side little red and get to cutting. So now things may have just changed. I told you, if you watched last week's video, I said nothing ever goes as planned, and I mean nothing. So, but you know what? We've got to count our blessings if we have life, if we have a healthy family, if we have the ability to move and work and do any of this stuff. We're blessed. Again, I just think about these people who are dealing with so much right now, and wish them the very, very best. And I know it takes more than wishes. Prayers are great and prayers are vital and important, but it takes God's people standing up and doing something. And that goes for all circumstances. The rain just stopped. I'm gonna get back to blowing this stuff. But yeah, that goes to all things in life. I mean, our country, our freedoms. You know, someone commented on the video last week that said, you know, we're living in an illusion of a free country. And I see his point. I know where he's coming from. But like what I said to him in that comment is, if you're a follower of Jesus Christ, then that's where you find your freedom. Like the Bible says, greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world. So as long as we have faith in Jesus Christ, nothing else can hurt us. Everything else is going to be all right. So the rain stopped, like I said. We're going to get back to work. All right, we got the concrete all blown off. Already got a new leaf. Got Little Red out. Going to go down to the front, get the cutting down there. A lot of work around the driveway. Get that all cleaned up. I'll show you how bad it looks right now. Then the hope is that I'm going to take the blue, that's the 570 Polaris, pull the swisher, the Country Cut 44-inch, down on each side of the driveway through the woods and get all of the bank with that. And I'll have to take it down that way as well and get some kind of steep banks down that direction. So before we head down to the front to cut, I'm going to show you what Mrs. Lovely's going to be doing while I'm gone. There's always sticks, branches from the trees all over the place. That's why there's piles everywhere. And so she'll be getting all that picked up, because I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to be cutting all this grass and weeds around the barn here. So she'll be doing that, but she just had a good idea. We're going to show you the creek. For the first time since June, we have water in the creek. If you go back 2 or 3 videos, you'll see where I did a tour of the dry creek. When we bought the property, it was flowing. I mean, I thought we had a natural resource that would last us for an eternity. Little did I know that it would dry up during the summertime. I mentioned that last week, but we got water in it. So let's go take a look. So on the way down here, I want to show you how tall this field is, because like I said, my goal is to cut that tomorrow. Yeah, we've got a lot of cutting to do. It goes on and on above the hills, the rolling hills. Oh, getting all kinds of stuff flying in here, but let's go down to the creek here and check it out. So it's not much water, but we've got some. And it's not moving much, but it's moving a little bit there. It's just good to see water in the creek again. The question is it something we can drink? Can we filter it, drink it, and will it be safe? That's a good question. All right, let's go cut. So I'm going to show you the area we're going to cut with the bad boy. So basically, starting here at the riprap that we have where I had the ditches dug and added all that big rock, we're going to cut on each side of it all the way down, and on each side of the driveway. That's somebody else's property over there and up there when you get down toward the road. And so I'm going to cut my space on each side of that driveway with the bad boy. Get some of this down in here and along that hillside over there. I'll show you when we get down there closer. But yeah, and then I'm going to come up, do a lot of weed eating. It's already grown back a whole bunch since I did it last time. I didn't even get all that weed eating done the last time we got down here, but yeah, let's start cutting with this bad boy. If you guys are interested in the bad boy, I had a few videos talking all about it, kind of going over from the time I got it to the next year and so on. There's another anthill. They're everywhere. Wow, look at this one. Mrs. Lovely just saw a nice snake. Oh wow, it's a black one. It's got a pointed tail.
Oh, don't get over here.
Don't, Mrs. Lovely, you don't say stuff like that. And she's gone. He's gone. All right, he was just a big old black snake. A good size one. I hope I got that on camera. But better get it out that way than get it out with the bad boy. We don't want to do that. So I have this hill right here to cut. That's where I was at a while ago up there. So I'm gonna cut this whole hill here, and that's what she's looking like now. I gotta get on both sides of the driveway. You can see how tall that stuff is. I'll get up against that, but I'll have to come in here with my Milwaukee Quick Lock brush cutter using the weed whacker head, weed eater head and all that, and we'll get all that edging. Okay, lovely people, we have got some of this done down here. We got this hillside done. I take the swisher and I get that tall grass right by the riprap, because this zero turn, I always get worried it's going to slide off in there. And I'll probably hit this with the zero turn as I go up on the right side. But as far as down the whole driveway, yeah, we got to do all this trimming, but we've got it cut all the way to the road down that way. And it feels good to get a couple things accomplished. We got a lot more to go. We're going to hook up the swisher to blue here shortly and get to cutting there. But before we do that, when we get back to the barn with this guy, we'll take the bad boy and go around the barn and get it all cut up too. Just another look down the hill, down the driveway. You'd think that we didn't have any rock, but believe it or not, under all this grass, there is a good 3 to 4 inch rock that's got a good base. We'll kill it out. We'll add small stuff down the road, but we got a lot to do before we get to that. Looking good. Hey, Luna. Hey, Bambi. What y'all think? Y'all ready to jump up here and mow? We have Mrs. Lovely over there getting more sticks and carrying them off. She's been doing it the whole time I've been down there mowing. And I'm about to get busy here. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when we get this part all done. I think she's on the scent to something. You on the scent of something? Did you find another snake? Well, I have finished cutting this front area here around the barn, but I noticed something I've got to deal with that I'm not looking forward to. It's been there for a long time, but it has shifted. We have a widowmaker tree. This thing is dead, and it's been dead for a long while. Let me show it to you. It's this one right here that's leaning. It wasn't leaning on that other tree last time I was up here. You can see the top of it right here. It's all dead. This one over here on the left, that's got leaves and it's good. But this one is not. So this has to come down today. And the reason it has to come down today, it could probably eventually fall, but it's definitely being propped up by that tree right there. The reason this has to come down today is because we are bringing the grandkids down here like extremely soon. That's why I'm trying to clean up, get it ready for them. We're going to camp and have a good time. They can't be down here with that thing just barely sitting there. So this not only will be my biggest one that I've cut yet, but it's the first big dead tree I've ever cut, that's for sure. And these things have a tendency, when you start cutting into them, they could just shatter up the top, and there's no telling which direction things are going to fall. So I'm not looking forward to this. I would much rather cut a healthy tree that you can, you know, get you that angle cut out of there and cut it from the other side. I just don't really know how to approach this puppy. I don't know. So I just recently bought a brand new chain for this Steel MS261C chainsaw. I hadn't put it on yet, but I was going to start cutting a bunch of fallen trees, but that were not dead. But the fact that that one's dead, I'm gonna put this old chain back on there because I don't want to mess up with that dead tree, that brand new chain. This one I'm gonna take in and have it sharpened professionally. Finally, I've done it myself with the 2-in-1 sharpener, and I've had some success, but I'm going to see how it does once I have it sharpened professionally. But we're going to get this on the chainsaw and see about cutting that dead one down. I'm chapped up, getting my gloves on, got this helmet. Hopefully I won't need this helmet, but definitely want that helmet on you when you're doing something like this. Let's hope that all goes well. Up for a second. So I'm gonna go grab a sledgehammer, try to pop that out real quick. Then I'm gonna come in from the back and we'll see what happens. All right, so all I have down here with me is this little sledgehammer. I don't have my big 8 or 10 pounder. So we're just gonna knock in a minute here, see what happens. There is no safe place. There's not a whole lot holding it there. You see a little bit. Okay, well, let's see what happens. We'll take that saw, we'll come in from the back side and see where she falls. I didn't get it all out, but I got a lot of it out. Let's take a peek. Not a bad cut. I just need to get the rest of that out of there. I think I'll take the chainsaw in there, see if I can scoot the rest of that out. Okay, that'll make you breathe hard. So if you look, you can see the light through there, and you can see that we're balancing on almost nothing here. Literally, it is completely leaning on that tree, which means the moment I get through that entirely, it's gonna go whichever direction it wants to go based on the force that's up against it. And I don't really know which way that will happen. So I think I might see if I can get a chain, wrap it around, hook it to my tractor and pull that thing off there. I don't know. I'm considering my options. Get you a closer look here. About 3 inches on the other side, down to nothing on this side, I think. Let's go around and look. I came in a little low over here. It should, if it were a tree that wasn't leaning on one, it would have been gone a long time ago. And deep in there, it's not completely rotted. Whew. I've worked up a stress sweat here, so let's see what happens. So I'm on the back side. What's interesting about this tree is it angles straight, or to the left, straight to that tree, and that's where it's holding, just above that, and it angles over that way. So you've got weight distributed on both sides, which is creating this balance here, I think. So it's going to take being deep in there to make something happen, or a hard pull. Y'all got to promise me something. If this goes bad, you got to share this video with everybody and get everybody to binge the Lovely Place for the last few years, so Mrs. Lovely will be taken care of, because otherwise we're up a creek. Promise me, okay? We're going to cut through this. Mrs. Lovely, say a prayer.
I did pray.
Okay, good deal. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your prayers. What'd you think about that? It fell perfect. Yeah, I wish, I don't think the camera showed you, but when that hit the ground, this upper portion shattered. That tree's still standing good. And we've got rotted wood everywhere. Oh, fun. I think it's time to pull out. Oh, wow, what do we have here? A dead baby squirrel. Oh, it's alive. It's alive, bless its heart. Oh, I bet that rang its bell. Lord help. Oh, there's another one. Oh, buy some. Honey, we got baby squirrels, real brand new born. They're alive. I found 2. This one, I think, has seen better days. I guess anytime you cut a tree, that's going to happen, possibly. Oh, look at you. Where's the rest of your crew? Here, let's move this around here. Don't rotate. Oh, didn't mean to hurt your little house, buddy. I didn't mean to hurt you. Maybe you'll survive. I know you were trying to grow there. Mama was taking care of you. I might just leave this here today and let them find a new home. That must be their nest. Must have popped out of there. I don't know where that other little guy went. That was over here. Oh, here it is. Just don't know what to do. Hey, buddy. Cute little tail on it. Well, I'm gonna leave them alone so Mama might be able to come down here and move them, pick them up, take them to another tree. She's a pretty little thing. Let's get away from it.
There it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just let it go. Whew, lovely people. This has been a little eventful here. I'm thankful that the tree fell good and it didn't get me. Hopefully our little squirrel friends will be okay. All right, so Mrs. Lovely, with her gloves, she cupped one of those squirrels. The other one made its way to that big tree right over there. And so she cupped her hands and got that one over there. It started biting her gloves, but it didn't get into her skin. And I pulled that nest over there and put it in the crook of the tree, and they're both going up the tree. So they seem to be scooting along pretty good. I think they're at the age that they can make it. So we saved the day. But I'm gonna finish working today and let you guys go on with your day. So I want to thank you for joining us. If you've never been here before, this is a 60-acre future or wannabe homestead. We're gonna take this barn right here, the front of it, we're turning it into a tiny house, and we're just finding ourselves having just struggling to maintain this place while we're working toward making it our off-grid homestead. But there's 40 acres of woods in the back, 18 to 20 fields out front. So we're gonna have gardens, crops, all kinds of animals that we can raise for food, and all tons of wildlife out here that we can harvest as needed. So listen, thank you for joining us. God bless you, and we'll see you next time here at the Lovely Place. Take care.